everybody. This is garden tour part 2. I'm walking up my hill and who do I see? I just walk out here. I'm gonna flip it around. Through the chain link fence you might be able to see. Look way, oh you can't really see. That white speck back there, that is our, it's called a piebald deer. He's coming to visit. More on him later. If he comes to the fence, I'll video it. It's pretty cool though. It's a white deer. I think I've posted about him before. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, this is part 2 of the garden tour. And it's actually the first / the last, because if you've been following me on Instagram, you've now seen that I am going to have to dig up my entire garden because we had a septic pipe or something. It needs to be, we need all new pipes. I don't know. But it means that the garden that is less than a year old, we moved in here last August and, well, 2 Augusts ago, August 2022, and we installed this garden last spring. So hasn't even been a year and we're gonna have to dig everything up. So I'm gonna take you on this tour, but it'll be the first and kind of the last in a sad way, but I'm trying to stay positive. I was on a conference call with the septic people today and we're going to do a walkthrough. I have a plan for all of my plants and how I am going to save them. We may have to have a funeral for some of them, especially for dear old Sarge, and I'll show you Sarge. I name my trees. I mean, who doesn't, right? Okay, so when through our gate, I planted this because I want to kind of create some privacy. I'm going to make this fairly quick. We have some lamb's ear, my favorite rosemary. This is a butterfly whorl or gara, and it didn't do very well. That's probably a weed. Yeah, that's a weed. It didn't do very well. Oh, did he move? Sorry, this is my whole garden tour, but oh yeah, look, we have friends at the gate. Where's Blanco? This is an interesting garden tour. I'm doing a great job here, but can you see the friends? Those are the deer that come right up. There he is. Okay, but you didn't bring Blanco. Oh, Blanco's still back. He's skittish. He is very skittish. So, sorry about that. That was a huge detour. I was hoping to get a good picture of him now. So we have some gardenia here. I added these stones, but they're all gonna have to come out and redo it anyways. This is a fig tree. I added this popcorn viburnum just in the fall. It's got beautiful buds on it. It's ready to go. Little doesn't know it's about to be ripped up. And I wrapped those up because I just planted those really in the fall. So when we had a hard freeze, it got down to like 16 and 12 and crazy numbers that we don't see in Georgia. So I wrapped all of my plants up. That is bachelor's button, that seed that I winter sowed, and then I planted it, and then it all died back in the heat of the summer. And it reseeded itself, and all winter I've had it. But of course, in the freeze, it pretty much took it out, but it still looks alive, so it might come back. It's pretty tough. I planted a lot of grasses here. Grasses, some salvias, another butterfly whorl. Of course, this has all died back and looks awful. We have coneflower, and we have some coreopsis here. This tree is original. This is an emerald green arborvitae maybe. These are all some foxglove that I winter sowed. I'm going to sow some more because foxglove is a biennial and it won't bloom the first year. It always blooms the second year. And really, seeds that you start that are perennial usually do that. I also winter sowed these. These are all Shasta daisies, they did not bloom last year, but they should bloom this year. We have some verbena. We have some more gardenia, yarrow. I have irises from my dad's garden, the yarrows from my dad's garden. This would be sarge, a beautiful blue atlas, a weeping blue atlas cedar. Love him, love the crooked trunk. Just planted him in the fall, so he's struggling a bit for sure. It's been tough. As you can see, he's dropped all of his needles here, but down here he's looking much healthier. So he'll either die when we have to dig him up and move him, or maybe it will be a good thing. Maybe he doesn't like that location, the drainage, the water, who knows. Behind, oh, actually these are some more Shasta daisies, and I have salvias. I have more lamb's ear, millennium, allium. I have old mums that I had in my flower boxes, but I always pop my mums from my flower boxes into my garden because I'll chop them back when I clean up the garden for winter, or hey, when I just totally start the thing over. And they should come back for a couple years. Here's another butterfly whorl, more grasses, more coneflower. I have penstemon, I think, here around the grasses. Ooh, this didn't fare well. This was an autumn joy sedum, and I had new buds coming up, but I don't think it made it through the heat. My dog destroyed that. We'll see what happens. I had brand new, like new growth. I knew that was gonna die, but I didn't think everything would. Like I said, Georgia's not used to this kind of weather. Here I have my Cherokee, super Princess Cherokee dogwood, and it has buds on it. Super excited about this. This will produce a beautiful white flower. It's a dogwood, but it will also have berries. So it's one of those multi-season interest trees. We have an apple tree over here, and this has buds too. This one's a golden delicious, so this one's ready to go. And then I have another one. You have to have a second apple tree within 50 feet. And I have another one. I forget what this one is. It's a different variety. This one has buds too. I think we will be able to keep the dogwood. I think that one can stay. But I don't know about the apple trees. Those might just need to get relocated altogether. As you come down the hill, there's more grasses. You can kind of tell I'm like the gardener that is inspired by everything and everyone, and I haven't met a flower I don't love. So I was really into perennial, new perennial style. It's more, I don't know if it's more UK or not, but that's where I kind of found it. Tom Massey is a landscape designer that he's a big name in that field, and Piet Oldloff also. So the grasses, I like the movement, and I like them mixed with cone flowers and taller flowers. Here's another Gara or butterfly whorl, and this one you can see is still alive and doing well. So I don't know if I just lost the other ones or what. This is a not a zinnia, a dahlia. So I didn't cut it down. I just threw some mulch on it, and I'm hoping that will be it. So this is our garden on the hill. And again, when we moved in, there was no grass, there was no garden. It was just dirt, just dirt. I have pictures on my Instagram if you want to follow me over there. I'm going to avoid the disastrous situation with our septic pipes. It has created a disgusting mess in our yard. It's just water, but it's nasty. This nasty fence, I do have a plan for that because there's nothing worse than a chain link fence. Not very attractive, but it does keep the deer out, so I can plant what I want here, which is nice. So that is it. That is garden tour part 2. There is a little sneak peek. I do have this is, oh, these are my bulb lasagnas that I brought into the basement over winter, and then they started growing, and then it got really, really cold, so I was gonna take them back out, but then it got so cold here that I knew that it would freeze solid, so I decided to keep them in the basement, and then I brought them out now that it's warmed up. But this is our other area. These 2 arborvitaes were here. I have this gravel path where you can see how much it's been raining, where we put the fire pit in the front, where we busted up the concrete. These are all the concrete pieces, and we're using them actually to build a wall. And you know, it's not a bad use for broken up blocks of concrete. I thought it would look kind of chintzy, but it actually is turning out okay. I have these wax leaf ligustrum, I think. Hopefully I can hedge them out. We have to have this little fence here for the deer again, because they will eat everything. And I'm hoping just to wall it off so you can't see anything. Down here, you see that fence around a little twig? That would be my weeping willow that the deer destroyed and ate, but it's still doing okay. This is going to be, well, right now it's my Christmas tree, but this is the future site of my raised vegetable garden. And last year I did plant maybe 17 or 18 strawberries all over the hill to kind of hold the dirt back. I'd say it's doing okay. I do have blueberry bushes there too, up on the hill, and those I think I need to move because they're not getting enough sun. This is my water fountain that I love. I have verbena around it, but I'm gonna probably dig that up. I don't know if I liked it. We'll see. This is a lavender I started from seed, and this is one that actually I purchased. I purchased a bunch of them, and I had 2 rows going down here, but as you can tell, the water rushes and it just was too wet for lavender who like it dry. So that's the only one that survived because I think the water just skirts around it. But I scored big time on Facebook Marketplace last Saturday. I woke the kids and the hubby up early, and I made them load brick with me. This is really awesome. They're all filled with water, but can't really tell. They're beautiful antique bricks. I have maybe about 600 of them, but my idea is to pave this walkway so that the drainage just is better, and maybe, or it doesn't like create all these divots. And since it's so wet here, I say that with kind of tongue-in-cheek because you know, in the summers it's so dry here. But hydrangeas would love it here. But I was just kind of working out some design ideas, maybe, I don't know, playing around. Yeah, that's it. That is my part 2 tour of the backyard, and it is the first and the last because, as I said, I am having to, they will be ripping up the entire backyard. They'll stop at the fire pit, but everything else, all the grass is going, everything will be destroyed. So I do have a plan to rescue my plants, make a nursery for them, crazy plant lady, during this whole process, and save my plants. But I'm going to have to I don't know what the yard's going to look like as far as the slopes and, you know, how it's all going to look once they're done burying the pipes and grading the yard again. I don't know. So I don't know. I keep saying this is happening for you. It's not happening to you. I joke. Positives. I get a second shot, right? Whatever I didn't like about how I planted things last year, I get to do it all over again. Yay! So there is that. I did want to put a bench up on the hill, and when I was looking at places where it would be best, Sarge was right in the way, and I was like, that stinks. And then lo and behold, I'm gonna have to dig everything up anyways. So let's stay positive, and you know, I'll be able to better situate the things that I didn't foresee I wanted. I didn't know I wanted a little path up on the hill to a seating area, but now, after living with it for a year, I think that would be pretty cool. There's more to it than just like this garden and just I wanted a bench and the whole white deer thing. There's a lot more to this story, and I'll share as we go along. But that's it, everybody. That is Garden Tour Part 2, first and last edition, because this garden is about to get torn up. All right, everybody, thanks for following along, and I'll see you in the next one.